to our first yoga class. This is our, kind of like our Tuesday night at 6:30 class. My idea for the first one is to do a full class. I'm actually going to just pull from the class that we did the whole month of June. So it has a little bit of everything, little standing poses, little forward bending, back bending, just, you know, a little bit of everything. It might be longer than you want to do. Feel free to stop it, start it another day. It's just going to be up there. And then my future videos may be more all towards standing poses, or a forward bending class, or a back bending class, or a restorative. So depending on how far we get with this. But just for the first one, I thought I'll give you a nice, just well-rounded class. So let's start. I think we can Om together. So if you're sitting up in a nice position, have some props available. We're going to lay over a block right away. So if you don't have a block, grab some books. And let's just sit up nice and tall, lifted, legs well crossed. Let your eyes close. Bring our hands to Namaskar. We're going to chant 3 Oms together. I'll begin and you can join in. Bow your head to your heart, release your hands, lift your head and open your eyes. We're going to start laying over a block. If you don't have a block, like I said, grab some books. I like to put it of late from the base of my skull down to the top of my shoulder blades. It looks something like this. So it's a little higher, but if you prefer it under your shoulder blades, this is listening to your body and doing what's right for you. So you may want to start with the arms out. You may want to experiment with arms overhead. Really stretch out, open your sides, start to make some length, opening up the armpits. Notice if your breathing changes. And then bend your knees, coming up or rolling out of it. Opening of the chest. Right, we're going to sit in Virasana. So knees together, feet apart. If you need to sit on a block, an edge of a bolster, a blanket, that's fine. Squeeze the knees together. And press down on the tops of your feet. You can even take your hands and press down. Make sure that your feet aren't sickling or moving in another direction. From here, let's clasp your hands. Either finger to start with is fine. Straighten the elbows and bring in the arms up. If this is too narrow for you, use a strap. So you'd be holding the strap like this, so maybe your arms can go a little wider. And bring in the arms down, reverse the clasp. And we'll be moving along at a bit of a clip with the class, so if there's any point you want to just pause and hold something longer, you're welcome to do that. And go. And coming up, always nice to stretch out your legs after Virasana if that bothers your knees at all. And let's stand up. Be nice to stand up without using your hands. Work on your balance, abdominals, maybe non-dominant foot to come up. And let's just do our Gomukhasana arms. So grabbing your strap if you need it. Strap would go over the right shoulder. From Tadasana, mountain pose, right arm up. Reach up, open up that right armpit, and then your inner neck is going down while this is lifting and opening up. And reach down, other arm comes in, and you're having your hands meet in the middle of your back, so that's over your spine for today. Release the arms, just letting them float down. It's nice to feel that blood flow in the shoulders. All right, other arm, that's left arm up. Rotate that arm towards your face, bending it, right arm in, and again, either grabbing the strap or clasping the fingers. Release the clasp, letting the arms float down. All right, make sure you clear your mat. We're going to do our normal set of sun salutations, which incorporates Virabhadrasana 1, Virabhadrasana 2, and Virabhadrasana 3. I think I'm going to face this way because that way I might hit a light. Hugo seems to be quite calm, so we're in good shape there. All right, so come to the front of your mat. I'm going to do it to the side so you don't get too confused about right and left. So I'm going to face this direction, starting in Tadasana, hands to Namaskarasana. Inhale up, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, almost halfway up, where you can have a nice lengthened, fairly straight extended back, and then rounding over. Right foot back, inhale the arms up, and you're in Warrior One. Hands down, left foot back, downward facing dog. And come forward to plank, lowering yourself, and then moving into upward facing dog or Urdhva Mukha. If you'd like to take a dip, it would be here. You could go back down before you go to down dog again. Right foot forward, Warrior One. Step forward, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. And inhale up. Back to Namaskarasana. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot back. Hands to mat. Right foot back. Down dog. Plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Your toes. Down dog. Left foot forward. Warrior One. Step forward. Uttanasana. Uttanasana. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right foot back. Coming up into Warrior Two. Left foot back, down dog. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Right foot forward, Warrior One. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot back, warrior two. Right foot back, down dog. Plank. Ardha Mukha. Down dog. Left foot forward. Warrior one. Utkatasana. Uttanasana. Inhale. Exhale. Right foot back into warrior three. To warrior one. Right foot forward, warrior one. Utkatasana, Uttanasana. Inhale up. Stepping to the front of your mat whenever you need to. Inhale up. Exhale. Right foot back. Warrior three. Warrior one. Down dog. Right. Up dog. Down dog. Left foot forward, warrior one. Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale. Namaskarasana. Bringing your hands down by your side. If you'd like to close your eyes, feel your heart beating a bit faster and your breath coming a little quicker also. All right, you can open your eyes, and I thought we'd move on to just a couple of other standing poses. We're going to do Trikonasana. So if you use a block, or have a book or a stool or whatever you may need, or you can use your ankle. I'm going to do it to the side, so we'll be on the same foot. So step or jump your feet wide, and let's go to the right. So right leg turned out, left toes turned slightly in, firm legs, kneecaps lifted, thighs engaged and lifted, arms up. And extending over and down, left arm up. Rotating the chest forward. Look towards the left hand or the ceiling if your neck is able. Lengthen the tailbone. Press into your feet and inhale and come up. Turn your toes and go to the other side. I'm just going to switch directions. So left leg turned out, right toes turned in. Again, firm base to start with, and exhaling over and down. And inhale and come up. Turn your feet and come back to the middle of your mat. All right, next pose is Parshva. So if you need a block, we're going to do extended Side ankle pose. You can use a block. You could put your elbow to your thigh, or you can put your hand on the floor. So again, I'll show it in this direction so that we can stay on the same feet together. Separate your feet nice and wide. Rotating the right leg out, left leg in slightly. If you're using the block, it'll go behind your ankle like you did. I'll demonstrate it with a small block. How about that? Arms up to the side, and we'll be going through Warrior Two to get to the pose. Exhale, bending that right knee. You want to keep the knee over the ankle. Once you're in a nice Warrior Two pose, then the torso extends. Hand down to the block or the floor. Other arm can start up, which is really nice to open the chest, as long as your hips are down enough. Otherwise, the arm then comes right close to your ear. You can see how close to my ear that part of my arm is. So I have a line from left fingertips all the way down to my left heel. Inhale, Warrior Two, and come up. Turn the toes, and we'll go to the other side. Left leg turned out, or right toes turned in. And up. Exhale, bending into Warrior Two. Standing over. Hand to block or floor. Reach up first, open the chest, and then arm next to ear, making a line from right fingertips all the way down the side of your body, side of the right leg, to the outside of that right foot. Inhale, and straighten the leg and come up. Heel toe your legs back together. If they seem a little wide, my mat is slipping a bit, so I'm heel toeing in every time. Let's do a tree pose. So if you know you like to hold on to something, I'm assuming you have something in your house, a wall you can stand next to, or the side of a chair is always good, or any kind of counter. And start in Tadasana. So feet together. I'm going to move back. Maybe even more. All right. And let's lift the right leg. So bend the right knee, lift the leg, place the foot on the inner thigh of the left leg. Right knee goes out to the side, hands to Namaskar. Firm on the standing leg, and then hands up. And if you have a house like mine, maybe you touch the ceiling. And bringing the right leg down. Bend the left knee, placing the right foot, inner right thigh, left knee out to the side, firmly engaged on the standing leg, hands to Namaskar. When you're ready, really helps to gaze at eye level. It's okay if you sway a little bit. How we keep our balance. And coming down. All right, we're going to move along and come down to the floor for some back bending-ish chest opening poses. So if you want to put a blanket on your mat, and just covering part of it, it'll just protect your belly a little bit, like so. All right, so come on down, and we'll just start in a nice Sphinx pose. So elbows under shoulders, fingers spread, palms pressing into the mat. Chest lifted, don't sink into the shoulders. Keeping that lift, just let the head come forward. Nice stretch at the back of the neck. Our heads are very heavy. And lifting the head back up. And make sure you've rolled onto the true tops of your thighs so you get a nice little spread of your lower back so you're not gripping or clenching on your lower back. From here, press into your palms, just lifting the chest. be nice if we stretch out our quads. So grabbing your left foot and pull that heel to the outside of your left thigh. Rotate the fingers if you're over enough, otherwise you're just pulling down, but you're not pulling it into your buttocks, you're pulling it right to the side. You're going to want to sit with that for a couple of breaths. Let that muscle stretch. And release. And going to the other side, you'll prop yourself on your left forearm. Reach around, grabbing the right foot, pulling that right heel to the side of your right thigh. And release that down. And just come down onto your forehead for a moment. Lengthen the back. You can lengthen that tailbone a bit, making sure again that you're on the tops of those thighs. We're going to do Shalabhasana or Locust Pose. So reach your arms down by your sides. Thumbs are pointed towards the floor. Keep the neck nice and long. As you lift the chest, lift the head, arms reach back, and legs lifting off the ground, feet reaching back. Take a breath here, don't hold it, and come down. Take a rest. And again, lifting up, reach the arms back. And coming down for a rest. Just move into bow pose, so bending the knees, grabbing the ankles, lifting up. Again, don't hold your breath when you're here. I know it's hard to take a breath, but it's very important. Come back down and rest, and we'll do it one more time. And coming up. And come back down for a rest. That's it. And let's just press up. And we're going to do Camel. So I'd like to start with half Camel. I think it's a great warm-up to before you do Camel, but if you know that you need a bolster or your blocks to do full Camel, go ahead and get that now. Otherwise, I think I will just stay on my blanket here. So for half Camel, kind of a warm-up, let's bend the toes and reaching back with your right hand to your right ankle, let the left arm reach up and back. So you're getting more of a stretch on that side. And coming up, and we'll just reverse it. So now left hand onto left ankle, right arm up and over. Up. And now for full Camel. So the goal would be to not have your toes bent and be on the top of your feet, but feel free to use a bolster over your ankles like we've done, or two books or two blocks. So we'll do it twice. So reaching back to your heel, you want to keep those hips over the knees. Even if they come back a little bit to get there, extend the hips back out. If your neck is okay, come on back. Inhale and come up. We'll just take a little breath, and if you want to challenge yourself and do something different than you did last time, maybe remove the blocks or the bolster and give it a go. If you went down with one arm first, try to do the opposite arm this time. And inhale and come up. I'm going to add in a little back bend just for those of you that like to practice that. A really nice way to do it is using your bolster on your mat. helps keep our upper body strength. Laying your torso, but your head can hang down. I'm going to take my hair thing out. Get your hands in the proper position. And that means fingers turn back towards you. And you want to keep the elbows as close together as possible because they want to splay out. But the bolster has helped get your body off of the ground quite a bit already. So then press into your feet and your hands to lift up. And then coming down. All right. You could always pause the video and do that many more times, but it's nice to get one of those into your practice. The more we do it, the better we get at it. All right, now we're gonna do some forward bending with Dandasana, so staff pose. If you want to sit on the end of a blanket, you can do that, but you don't have to. Have your strap nearby for Janu-Shirshasana. So we'll start with the legs out in Dandasana, toes pointed towards the ceiling, legs straight, so kneecaps are lifted and working, thighs are engaged. You can pull the flesh from your sit bones, fingertips right next to you, lifting the torso up. Dandasana. And let's bend the right knee. And the sole of that left foot is into the inner thigh of the left thigh. So if you're using your strap, if you do not touch your foot like this, you'll use the strap over the ball of the foot. And you want to keep the front side of your body lifted as long as possible. So you're making space from the pubic bone to the navel up to the breastbone to lengthen over that leg. So lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And then you're going to soften and fold forward. You're going to soften the belly. That's going to let you go further. The bend starts in the lower back first. You start rounding down, soften the belly. You can tuck the belly in, let you get a little further until possibly the head comes down to your leg. Lifting the head and inhale and come up. Bringing the right foot back to Dandasana. Letting the left knee bend, sole of the left foot into that inner right thigh. Again, using the strap if you need to touch your foot, to grab your foot like so. Extending the front body. And then softening the belly. Rounding the back. Don't let the head drop until you're close to your leg. And lift the head and come up. All right, we're going to do a twist. So I think we'll do Baradwaj Asana today. Just a nice, pretty basic, simple twist using a blanket. You can make a tri-fold. I like to do my ribbon candy fold there on that blanket. And from Dandasana, swing your feet over to the left. Slide your blanket in from the right so that your sit bones are on it. And the idea is to have them more level than they were without the blanket. So, lifting up. And exhaling, turning to your right. That left hand can cross over your right knee. And coming back to the front, we will do the other side. So back to Dandasana. And swinging the feet to your right. And sliding the blanket in from your left. Sit bones on it. So you may need to work a little bit to get that right sit bone down in this position. And don't lean off of your center. You want to keep your head right over your tailbone so the spine stays. So it can just go straight up and rotate. Inhale and exhale, turning to the left. And coming back to center. All right, we're going to remove this, and I think we're going to call it for today a class, but what I would like you to do that you can do on your own is shoulder stand. So it'd be a nice time to do shoulder stand. Hopefully you have some kind of blankets at home to do that. I usually use this firm pillow here with a blanket or two on it, which works really well. Sometimes your sofa cushions might work really well. They might be a few inches, but please don't do it flat on the floor. You all know that if you practice shoulder stand that way. If you do it against a wall, you know, nice to do it against a wall at home. I might be able to demonstrate some of that in the future. And then allow yourself to do some Shavasana. Just get yourself comfortable, make sure the phone doesn't ring, and give yourself that time. So I hope to do some other classes, and they'll be more concentrated on different areas. Maybe we'll do a restorative. I'd love to do a little meditation, but we'll see how it goes. Thank you for tuning in to this one.